So I'm absolutely delighted that you are joining us for our virtual field trip to India, where we will meet some of our team and farmers in the states of West Bengal and Odisha, which some of you will know as Orissa. What I really love about these virtual field trips is that we can take lots of you to India in an environmentally friendly way without the hassle of getting visas, suffering from jet lag, or finding a week in your busy diaries to actually go. But the field trip today will be subject to internet connectivity actually working in the villages, so let's keep our fingers crossed. So now it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to some of our wonderful team in India. Many of you know Joe, who's our lead consultant in India. And today Joe is in the office in Calcutta. Hi, Joe.
Namaste. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen across the globe. Welcome to the virtual Shivia field trip. Hope you will all enjoy this trip. Thank you. Back to you, Ollie.
Thank you, Joe. And over to Chandrani, who's our head of livelihood programs in Bengal with Nurdan, which is the NGO we founded in 2011 to deliver our operations in West Bengal. And today, Chandrani is in the field at our Sundia location in West Bengal, where I think it's now well over 30 degrees. So, hi, Chandrani.
Hi, Ollie.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the virtual field visit. I hope you all really enjoyed the day. And yesterday it rained, and thankfully it's 32 degrees now, close to 35 actually. But last week was 42 and 43. So we have been basking in the sun. So welcome and enjoy the trip. Thank you.
So I'm going to first introduce Shmuti Das, who's based in the neighbouring state of Orissa, Odisha, and managing our programs and partners there. And Shmuti joined us last year, and he's today in the field with our partner DSS. Namaste, Shmuti.
Namaskar. Namaskar to everyone. This is Shmuti, consultant for Shivia, Odisha. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shmuti. So I'd now like to introduce you to some of our field supervisors in West Bengal and Odisha. So we currently work in 5 locations in West Bengal and 3 locations in Odisha, and each location is headed up by 1 field supervisor. So in West Bengal, we have Nushringa, Pato, Shantu, Tapash, and Yastani. Namaste, everybody.
Sawai namaskar karo.
Namaskar, ma'am. Namaskar, ma'am.
Namaskar. Great to see you.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. And in Orissa, where we're replicating our poultry and agri-management services programs, we have 3 field supervisors, Raj Kumar, Krishna, and Suchasen. Namaste. Namaskar.
Namaskar, madam.
Namaskar. Myself, Rajkumar Mandal from Nirmal.
Great to see you all. Thank you. And each field supervisor is in charge of a team of up to 10 what we call livelihood service providers. And these teams are out in the villages 6 days a week delivering our services. So today we have some of them joining us. Namaskar, namaste, namaskar. They're all there somewhere.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Great to see you.
Myself, Krishna Chandra Chatia, Supervisor, DSS, Odisha.
Lovely to see you. Thank you. And we also have the 4 founders of the NGOs we are partnered with, 3 in Odisha to replicate our poultry and agri-management services, and a new partner in a neighbouring state called Jharkhand. And you just heard a little bit earlier from Dr. Niraj Kumar, who's in Jharkhand. So we have Bhima from Views. Hi, Bhima.
Hi, everybody. Hi, ma'am. Namaste. Namaste, everybody. I am Bhima Rao. I am the founder of Views organizations. With the support of Shivia, we are working for the sustainable livelihood and among marginal farmers in Odisha. Thank you so much, and for everybody for your entire support and cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhima. And we have Prashant from Nirman, who's doing our poultry.
Hello. Hi, everyone. And this is Prashant, working with Nirman. I'm also one of the founder of the organizations and partner of Shivia.
Thank you, Prashant. We have Keda from DSS. Hi, Keda. Namaskar, Keda.
Namaste. This is Kedar Chaudhary from DSS Odisha and partner of Shivia. We are working in Odisha in both poultry and agri-management. Thank you, Oli. Thank you, everybody, for this trip, virtual trip. And thank you all. We will discuss further. Thank you.
Thank you, Kedar. And you've already heard from Niraj, but just to put you all in the picture, all these people are in different places, in different villages, over 6,000 miles away. So even if the technology is a little bit fuzzy, it is amazing to think we're all together here today on Zoom. I'm also excited that this year we've expanded outside of India for the first time to Madagascar. And we're working with the NGO Feedback Madagascar, which is replicating our poultry program there. So we've got Sam Cameron on the line from Madagascar. So Sam, can you quickly say hi as well?
Hi, everyone. I don't know if you can see me. Hi, nice to be here today as well.
Thanks, Sam. And we'll do a Q&A with the Madagascar team at the end for those who can stay on, just to hear how the replication is going outside of India for the first time. So finally, we have our small Shivia Livelihoods Foundation team in Mumbai. And we set SLF up a couple of years ago to try and raise funds and awareness for our programs in India itself. So I'm just going to introduce you to Kashid Karodi, who's our chairman of SLF in Mumbai. Hi, Kashid.
Hello. Thank you for having me today. And just to keep you all abreast, we're working hard to tie up with one of India's leading houses for our first CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility Partnership. I'm very excited to join you today at Field. Thank you.
Thank you, Kashid. We wanted to play you a little film to get you all in the mood and to immerse you into India as if you're on one of our field trips. Victoria, we were here in July, and when we were here, these two fields were totally empty. And now these three ladies have used the system of rice intensification. They planted all the paddy seeds. And as you can see, look how full and plentiful it is. And they told us two things which are already very good. One is that they've used for the first time ever biopesticides and biofertilizers, which are the Shivia techniques. And the second thing is that normally when they plant paddy, they use 12 women. And in this case, with the new system, the new techniques taught to them, they've only had to use 2 or 3 women, which means the other women are able to do other things in the household or other of their kitchen gardens. They don't know how much they've got yet because they're going to be picking it after 1 month, but they can see that it's a lot more than usual and they're really happy. So thank you. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now you're all reminded of the buzz, the sounds, the colours, the vibrancy, in India. I want to focus our mind on the poverty levels there. And so to get us thinking about it, we're going to all participate in a poll. So rather than looking at just income as a poverty indicator, which is what people looked at in the past, we're going to think about what's called multi-dimensional poverty, which includes 10 indicators of poverty, such as housing, sanitation, and health. And the latest 2022 multi-dimensional poverty data has just been released. So I want you to all think about this. Guess how many people in India today are considered what we call multi-dimensionally poor? I'm going to launch the poll. We can see that about 40, I think it says 47% says 300 million, right down to 7% saying 50 million. Well, it's not quite a even distribution of the results, but the answer is actually 230 million, or to be precise, it's 229 million. And that is the highest absolute figure of poverty anywhere in the world in one country. And 90% of these people live in rural India. So even though poverty in India is thankfully falling, 229 million people is still a staggering number. And if we put it in context, that's really 3.5 times the population of the UK itself. So that's why organisations such as Shivia exist, to help serve these extremely poor global citizens who are otherwise completely left behind. So how do we help these people? Well, our flagship programme is Poultry Development Services, which we call PDS for short. So if you hear me saying PDS, it's Poultry Development Services. So as a quick introduction or recap for those of you who know about PDS, we mainly target very, very poor women, and we train them in how to start and run a poultry enterprise from home. We also provide them with a poultry toolkit comprising 10 one-day-old chicks, feed, vaccinations, and medicine. The women contribute a little bit towards the cost of the toolkits, which is roughly about £5, and each toolkit costs us £15. And we do this so that they really value the toolkits and turn up for the training. And after roughly 2 years, when the women have the confidence and the knowledge to run the enterprise, we put them into groups so they can get the toolkit parts on their own at wholesale prices and have a sustainable enterprise that they can continue without the need for our intervention. And that's really important to us. So given we're now operating PDS in West Bengal, Odisha, Madagascar, and soon the state of Jharkhand, we tweak the model to suit each location. So for example, in Orissa or Odisha, the farmers simply cannot afford the £5 contribution. So they pay half of this, but the important thing is they still contribute so they have their skin in the game. In Madagascar, they don't supply the Corolla breed, which we use in India. And so we're using the Agogasi breed instead. And rather than day-old chicks, we supply them with 5-month-old birds. So you can see the variations of the model. But the important thing with PDS is the impact. And in all our locations, it's life-changing. And we're hearing over and over again that in the aftermath of COVID, it has been our poultry enterprises that have helped the families to recover, and the income has kept their children in school. So I'm now going to hand you over to Chandrani so you can meet one of these independent farmers. Chandrani is with Bharati, her family, and our livelihood service provider, at Sindhya location, Rafiq. Chandrani, over to you.
Hello everyone, I'm Chandrani Banerjee, Head of Livelihood Programs for Shivia. I have come to meet Bharati and this is her son. She has 4 children, her daughter is married and this is the youngest son. This is Bharati's mother, this is her husband Bijoy and he is showing a photograph of his daughter who is already married. He has 2 sons, 2 more sons in the house and a daughter-in-law and a grandkid. So today we are going to hear, see what Bharati's story is with our poultry program and how she has lifted her family out of poverty through our PDS program. She came to know Rafiq through a community meeting. Rafiq is our LSP in Shundia. He is our first recruit and she registered in our poultry program and learned everything about poultry from Rafiq. And she started in this small space with just 20 chickens. And that was about 2 years back during COVID period. Her husband is an agricultural field worker and her eldest son used to work in a factory in the city of Kolkata who lost his job in COVID pandemic. He came home and they did not have any income to feed a family of 8 members except her husband Bijoy who was working in the fields and that was not enough for all the 8 people in the family. So therefore Bharati started the poultry program and now in 2 years time she has become completely independent of Shivia's support. This is her coop. She built this coop while being in the program and today she has kept about 200 chickens in this coop and every 3 months she orders 200 chickens and sells them for meat. So I'm going to ask a few questions to Bharati about her story, about her success and how she has fulfilled not only her own dreams but also her family members' hopes and dreams to have a good standard of life in the village. Bharati di, তুমি একটু বলো যে তুমি রফিককে কিভাবে চিনলে, আপনি আসুন, রফিককে কিভাবে চিনলে, কিভাবে এটা শুরু করার কথা ভাবলে?
মানে কিভাবে বলবো,
বলো
না।
প্রথমে আমরা খাটের তলায় থেকে বাচ্চা বড় করেছি।
হ্যাঁ তুমি
শুরু করে আমরা ঘর করেছি, করে আমরা 50টা পিঠে তুলেছি, তুলে আমরা এবারে করে।
So she is saying that she started from breeding her chickens from under the bed. They had no coop, absolutely no coop. So she kept the first few chickens under the cot, and that's how she started this program. And today you can see that she has built 2 coops, and this is the 3rd coop which she is expanding. Her son is working in the coop and expanding that to further expand the program. And the entire family of 8 members live on this income. And Bijoy has also started a fish pond which he has taken on lease and he is doing fishing there. Bharati has expanded her coop and kept turkeys in the coop and she is doing all the vaccinations, all the medications and selling turkeys as well. You can see massive sized turkeys here. And now she knows everything about how to take care of them, avoid mortality, and look after them and sell them at very good prices. So we are extremely happy and delighted that Bharati is so successful today and she feels that her kids are in school, her son has got a job for himself because he is looking full time into this expanded PDS program with his mother, and he does not choose to go back to the city again, and he's very happy working with his mom. Both of them are doing this together, and therefore the family is completely out of poverty now, and they're very, very happy with our team, with our LSP Rafiq, who has done a wonderful job, and that's the story of Bharti. Thank you, thank you. The entire family now lives off the poultry enterprise, and they cleared their debts. They diversified their business to turkeys as well. She is completely independent of our support, of Shivia's support, and she's very happy at what she has achieved. She is one of our ambassadors in this community, in this village, and she goes around inspiring people. She's the head of her group, and she orders chickens and other input supplies on her own. So we are very, very happy to show you to her, and she is also very, very proud to be here today, standing in front of the camera, to be able to see you, talk to you. Khushi? Huh? Vijay? Bolun.
নমস্কার
Khub khushi.
খুব খুশি
Khub khushi. So they are khub khushi. Khub khushi is extremely, extremely happy. So that's what the smiling faces say here from the Shundia location of West Bengal. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Chandrani, Rafiq, and Bharati. I'm sorry the internet was a bit funny at the beginning, but I think you got the idea and you were able to see them properly at the end. So now we're going to head over to Odisha. And as I said, this is the neighboring state of West Bengal, to meet one of our farmers who recently joined the program. And these farmers in Odisha are from the tribal communities and are extremely poor. They live in very remote locations, not usually serviced by any NGOs or government programs. So we're working with now 436 farmers between our two partners, Nerman and DSS. So just because the internet, we're going to actually watch a little film of our consultant Shmuti, who recorded this with one of our farmers, Swanalata, as a backup. Tori, if you can play the film, please, and then we'll go to Shmuti live with Swanalata. Thank you.
Hi and hello everyone. This is Smruti, consultant for Shivia, Odisha, India. Now present at DSS operational area where the poultry development service is going on. Here we have over more than 200 families to provide livelihood support in terms of poultry farming. Today a woman farmer is standing next to me. So let's come and ask some questions about her life, how her life is changed for last 1 year. Namaskar Bhoni. What is your name and how are you interested in poultry farming? आपनकर ना कोन और आपनकर कुकुड़ा चाष प्रति केमिति इच्छा हला?
मो ना होची सोनप्रभा महंतो आ गाँ घर साई पड़िसारु देखिली कुकुड़ा चाष केमिति केमिति करछंती कोन मु करिवि एंति भाबिकी कुकुड़ा चाष करी.
Initially she had no interest, no knowledge about the poultry farming, but after seeing the other farmers' success and the consult by our field staff, she motivated her and now she was doing poultry farming. When did you go to West Bengal and what did you learn from there? आपण केबे वेस्ट बेंगल जाइथिले आ कोन सेठी सिखिले?
जून मासरे सा जाइथिलु आ सेठी भी सारा कुकुड़ा चाष विषय रे कहिले कुकुड़ा चाष विषय रे बुझेले दाना केमति प्रस्तुत करिवो कहिले बुझी के आसिले.
She said that she went to West Bengal in the month of June in 2022. She learned many valuable things in terms of rearing, feed management, vaccination, etc. So, how many did you take so far? आज पर्यंत आपण केतोटी तुर्की नै छन या कोन करछन?
हम सर वर्ष हलानी जाइथिलु तापरे आसी की 7-8 टी किट नैजु नला परे बिक्री जो बढ़ेलु बढ़े के बिक्री कर.
She said that she already took 7 to 8 number of turkeys for the last 1 year and she sold her chickens in the nearest market at a good price. So, what did you do in your income? आपण जो इनकम करले से इनकम को कोथरे खर्च करले?
सर मेडिकल छुआ पाठ पढ़ा इथरे खर्च.
She said that she spent her money towards children's education, health, and other expenses. What did you do? What is your future? What is your experience? Because you are doing almost one year in poultry farming. What is your personal experience? आपण तो वर्षे ହେଲା ଚାଷ କଲେଣି କୁକୁଡ଼ା ଚାଷ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ନିଜର ଗୋଟେ ଅନୁଭୂତି କ'ଣ ରହିଲା?
ଆଗକୁ ସାର କୁକୁଡ଼ା ଚାଷ କରିକି ନିଜ ଗୋଡ଼ରେ ନିଜେ ଠିଆ ହେବେ।
She said that due to poultry farming, she is self-independent now because she said that in last year she had nothing, but this year she has something, and that gives her immense pleasure and immense satisfaction to her. What is your next plan and what did you do? आपणकर भविष्य रे योजना कौन रखियो चाहछथि आपण कौन करिवे?
अधिक चाष करके उन्नति करिवो।
She said she is doing more and more poultry farming in future and try to income her double. So thank you. So in last, I would also like to thank each and every one of DSS and Shivia team for their outstanding contribution and support towards the rural people for making her life change and so meaningful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Shruti and Swanalata. Can we maybe, can you see if we can see you, just so we can say hello in person?
Namaskar to everyone. This is Smriti, consultant for Shivia, Odisha. Now I am present at DSS operational area where the poultry service is going on. Today, a lady farmer whose name is Swanalata is standing next to me. So let's come and ask her experience. Namaskar, Bhavan.
He's asking her whether she's happy with the project, but I can't hear you, so we're going to close it off there. Okay, so, and I'd also like to thank Prashant from Nirman and Kedar from DSS, who are both doing such a fantastic job with replicating our poultry in Orissa, and as you've just seen from that lovely story from Swanalata. It's really heartwarming actually when Shruti sends through the photos of these women earning their cash for the first time from selling their birds. So now over to Agri-management services, which is our second major program, which focuses on affordable, sustainable farming. And I'm going to hand you over to Joe in Kolkata to explain this program to you. So Joe, if you can take over here, please.
Thank you, Oli. Namaste. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen across the globe once again. As Oli said, our second program is the Agri-management services program. This program is all about affordable and sustainable farming for marginal and very small farmers who have very small plots of land, either of their own, or they take it on lease from other farmers. Now, these small and marginal farmers face two major challenges. The first is that the cost of growing crops is increasing with each passing year. And the second is the output or the yield is declining every year. And because of these two challenges, the farmers are quitting farming and moving to the cities for better opportunities. Now, Shivia has come up with a 5-step holistic approach, which helps to overcome these two challenges. So what are these 5 steps? The first is the soil testing. We do the soil testing to ensure that the soil has the right nutrients for the crop that the farmer wants to grow, so that the crop grows to its optimal length and size. Number 2 is that we are putting these farmers into small groups of 15 to 25 farmers in each group. And then we are connecting these farmers to the wholesale suppliers for the inputs, like the seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, etc. Now, before, what used to happen was the individual farmer used to go to a retail shop to buy these inputs. And now with the group going to the wholesaler, it cuts down the cost for the farmer. The third is that we open the bank accounts as a group for them. And they deposit small amounts of money every month in that group account. And when they actually need it for their farming, whether it's for sowing or harvesting, they use this money from the bank. Instead of going to these money lenders, the village money lenders, who charge very high interest rates. This again helps in cutting down the cost for the farmer. The fourth is that we are training the farmers to move away from using chemical pesticides and fertilizers and use more and more of biopesticides and fertilizers. Not only that, we train these farmers on how to prepare these biopesticides and fertilizers at home at a very low cost or no cost with the help of cow dung, cow urine, jaggery, local leaves, etc. Now, this is good for the environment and also cuts down the cost drastically for the farmer, because before that, he used to go to the market to buy these chemical pesticides and fertilizers. And the fifth is that we do government linkages. Now, there are many government programs for these small and marginal farmers, but these farmers are not aware of these government programs. So our field team goes to these government offices, finds out what are the programs available for the farmers, and then they connect our farmers to these programs. Now, usually the programs are like free seeds, free fertilizers, crop insurance, various training programs. So this helps in, again, cutting down the cost for the farmer and also increase the knowledge for the farmers. Now, what we have seen is that with this 5-step holistic approach, over a period of 2 years, the farmers' profits have been increasing by 30 to 50%, depending on which crop the farmer is growing. And also the data shows that with the extra money that the farmer is making, he's investing back into taking more land on lease and growing more crops for the farmer. And also what we are seeing, although that is on a very, very small scale, is that the farmers who had left farming and migrated to the cities for better opportunities, when they're hearing about how their colleagues in the village are making money, making profits through agriculture, they are slowly trickling back to the villages. So this is what our agriculture program is all about. Of course, we have made, like I already mentioned for the poultry program, we have made few tweaks for the poultry or for the agriculture program in Odisha also. For example, food security is a big challenge in Odisha. So we are doing kitchen garden over there, where farmers don't have big pieces of land, but they have a small plot of land next to their house. So we are providing them with vegetable seeds like brinjal, cabbage, cauliflower, aubergine, ladyfinger, etc. And they're doing the small garden within their house, where they are able to at least eat vegetables and also start selling, which they have never dreamt of. So this is what broadly our agriculture program is all about. Back to you, Ollie.
Thank you, Joe. So our AMS, Agri-Management Services Program, is so important, as farming is the direct source of livelihood for over 55% of the Indian population. So I want to ask you one more poll for today, which is, how many families do you think we have helped directly through our AMS program? I'm just going to launch it. So we've actually worked with over 10,000 families now in AMS, which was a real milestone for us actually this year, and we were delighted to hit that number, given we started it in 2014. But the reality is actually very different from that, because thousands of other families have benefited too. You know, in India, in the villages, seeing is believing, and we've heard that whole communities, we've seen as well, the whole communities have changed the way they farm due to our program, learning the techniques from their neighbors. And this is something we're really proud of. So now you're going to meet one of our farmers, Azizul Molla, who Joe visited a couple of weeks ago at Sindhya location in Bengal. Azizul joined the program last year and has seen huge improvements to his tomato farm.
I am currently here in Shivia in West Bengal, where we are running our Agri-Management Services program. And this is one of our farmers, and his name is, Babu, aapka naam?
Azizul Molla.
His name is Azizul Molla. Now, he has been doing farming for many years, but he was hardly making any profits. So last year, he thought of quitting farming and moving to the cities to earn his living as a daily laborer. And that's when he met our livelihood service provider, Rafiqul. Now, Rafiqul explained to him the benefits of our program, on how he can reduce his costs and increase his yield, and finally leading to higher profits. So for the last 1 year, he was trained on how to use biopesticides, biofertilizers, a group bank account was opened, soil testing was done for him. And in this 1 year, this is the tomato farm that he started. And now I would like to show you the tomato farm. As you can see, lots of tomatoes. And now I would like to ask him about the costs and the profits. बाबू, ये प्रोग्राम ज्वाइन करने का पहले आपका कितना खर्चा होता था और अभी कितना खर्चा हो रहा है?
आगे 5-6 काटा जमी थी 5,000 টাকা খরচ হতো
5,000 টাকা
এখন সেটা কমে গেছে 3,000 টাকা
3,000 টাকা So he is saying that before he joined our program, his cost was about 5,000 rupees for this piece of land, all the inputs. And now, after joining our program, his cost has reduced to 3,000 rupees from 5,000. और आपका जो फलन हो रहा है अभी और पहले कितना होता था, बता सकता पहले कितना होता था?
आगे 500 কেজি হতো সপ্তাহে এখন সেটা ওই 10 দিনই প্রায় 1000 কিলো হয়ে যায়
1000 কেজি হচ্ছে Okay, so he is saying that before joining our program, he was getting about 500 kilograms of tomatoes on a weekly basis. And now, after joining our program, he is getting about 1,000 kgs, which means he has doubled his yield from 500 kgs per week to 1,000 kgs per week. So now I would like to ask him what he is doing with the extra money that he has earned. बाबू, आप जो 500 से 1000 केजी हुआ, वो जो देसी पैसा जो आप कमाया, वो पैसे से आप क्या कर रहे हैं?
मोटर वैन के नीचे
मोटर वैन के नीचे कौन टा जो जुगाड़
डीजल इंजन वाला ना
हाँ हाँ ওটা কিনেছেন আপনি
কিনে ले কলকাতা ले चल जाएगी माल
Oh, so he is saying that with the extra money that he has made, he's bought a motor van. So he is using that motor van to take vegetables to the market. Before, what used to happen was a person used to come to the field and pick up the tomatoes at a lower price. And now with the extra money, he's bought that vehicle and he's loading all the tomatoes onto the vehicle and then taking it to the market where he's getting a much better price. তো আপনি আবার কলকাতা যাবেন না এখানে বসে এই কাজ করবে যে
না এখানে চাষবাস করে কলকাতায় বিক্রি করতে হবে
আচ্ছা So I was asking him whether he is planning to move to the city to work as a laborer or he is happy with the program. So he is saying that his now plan is to take the tomatoes and other vegetables to the city in that motor vehicle and sell in the city because in the city he'll get a much better price. তো আপনি এই যে প্রোগ্রাম আপনি যে শিখেছেন এটা আপনি খুশি আছেন?
না রে তো ভালো খবর হবে
খুশি আছেন তো So I was asking him whether he is happy with the program or not and he is saying that he is very happy with the program. And now what I would like to do is compare this tomato farm which belongs to our farmer to another tomato farm which doesn't belong to our farmer. So let me start with our farmer's tomatoes. So first of all, if you can see the height, this is about my height. Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, this is about my height here. And these are the size of the tomatoes and the quantity of the tomatoes if you can see on these sides. And now I will go to another farmer which is on this side of the farm. And you can see the height which is just close to my waist, I think, it's not my waist here. I don't know, the camera is able to capture that here and see the volume of the tomatoes. Far less compared to our farmer tomatoes which is on the other side. Just a glimpse of our farmer tomatoes once again for the comparison. Ladies and gentlemen, over the years Shivia has trained close to 10,000 farmers in the agriculture program which we call Agri-management services program. I would like to thank you all for all your support without which this would have not been possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joe. So now we're going to go live to Sundhya to meet Azizul in person because he's actually with Chandrani now in the field. Chandrani, can you try and come on?
Yes, Ollie. So we have Azizul today, Azizul Mullah. Everybody can see him. Namaskar. So he was seeing his video and he was extremely happy to see his video. And we are going to ask him how he has benefited, although we have heard Joe and him in the video, but yet I'm going to ask him what he is most happy about. একটু বলুন আপনার কি ভালো লাগছে এই ট্রেনিংটা পেয়ে?
ভীষণ ভালো লাগছে। তো আগে আমরা কিছু জানতাম না, বুঝতাম না, আপনারা এসেই আমরা সব শিখেছি। এখন আরো নেক্সট দিনে অন্যান্য চাষীদের শেখানোর চেষ্টা করছি, যারা শিখতে আসছে তাদেরও শেখানো হচ্ছে।
So the one thing which he has not mentioned in the video is he is teaching this to other friends who are also farmers and who are coming to him for advice and training. So he's extremely happy that now he's extremely popular in his community of friends and village, and he's the leader among them, and he's very proud of what he has achieved because of our program. So khushi?
ভীষণ খুশি।
So he's saying bhishon khushi means very, very happy. Very is a small word. In Bengali, it means more than very. Very happy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chandrani. Well done, Azizul. Excellent work. And to Rafiq, the LSP. Thank you. So now we're going to meet one of our farmers, Budi, in Odisha, who is from an extremely poor tribal community. She's currently on the program and has introduced our sustainable techniques to her kitchen garden. And even though she had no prior knowledge of any of the Shivia farming techniques before, she now is using biopesticides and fertilizers. So Tori, I think if we play the film, please, of Shmuti with Budi, that would be great.
Hello, hi, and namaskar to everyone. This is Smruti, consultant for Shivia, Odisha. Now I am present at Bhuj operational area where the agri-management service is replicating. As we know that Odisha is an agrarian state and also face so many climatic changes and food security. So we are here to provide the livelihood support in terms of agriculture products and paddy also. So today we have a farmer. So now let's talk and ask what is her experience on agriculture. Namaskar Bhauni.
Namaskar.
What is your name and how are you interested in agriculture? आपनको ना कौन और आपनको चाष प्रति केमिति इच्छा हला?
मोर नाम बुद्धि सागर आ सार माने आसी पहिले तमे शिक्षित हेबो आ शिक्षित हे कि तमे पन्नी परिया करी कि तमे आग्रह हो बोली पहिला को मैं शिक्षण आग्रह।
She said that before doing agriculture she had no knowledge on the agriculture and the vegetables, but after the repeated consultation of our field staffs and the officers, now she has some knowledge on agriculture and also ready to do the cultivation. What are you doing before getting into this? माने आपण ए चाष काम करिया पूर्व कोन आगुर करथले?
कोन करथले आज्ञा हमें पर्वत पहाड़ रे बगड़ मारी की कुडा कुडी करी की आ रहथलो तेन जुगु वर्षा को नै की धान रुया बेल की चाउथलो।
She said that she belongs to the poor family and before getting into the agriculture she mostly depend on forest. And besides this she also depends on rain for the paddy culture. So what are the different types of cultivation are you doing here and where did you sell that products? माने आपण वर्तमान कोन सब चाष करूचंती आ से चाष हला पर त कोठी नै बिक्री करचंती?
धान रोचु मांडिया भी रोचु पन्नी परिवा रोई कि नै के फसल ले नै के बाजार बिकुछु।
Now she is doing the paddy culture, millets and other vegetable products like brinjal, cabbage, tomato and other things, and she sold her products into the nearest market or the local vendors at a good price. What did you do in your income? आपण जो रोजगार कले से रोजगार कोडी खर्च कर?
पिलान को शिक्षित करिया पे छाडले आ शरीर भल नथे तेन जुगु पिला आ मेडिकल देखेले आ किछ पैसा बळका करे रखुची आ।
अच्छा। She says that she spent her money towards children's education and medicals and also save some money for future investment. So previously you were doing paddy culture and currently you are doing the SRA method. So what do you feel, how it is different from the SRA method and the traditional method? ଆପଣ ଆଗରୁ ଧାନ ଚାଷ କରୁଥିଲେ, ଏବେ ବି ଧାନ ଚାଷ କରୁଛନ୍ତି SRA ମେଥଡରେ, କ'ଣ ପାର୍ଥକ୍ୟ ଦେଖିଲେ?
ପାର୍ଥକ୍ୟ ହେଲେ ଆମେ ଏବେ ଦୌଡ଼ି ରୁଆ କଲାଠୁ ଆଉ ଗଛଟା ଟିକେ ଭଲ ରହୁଛି, ଧାନ ବି ଅଧିକ ହେଉଛି ଆଉ।
She said that due to SRA method she is getting more profit. Why? Because she had followed all the scientific parameters given by or instructed by our field staffs, like the gap between the two rows, that is 10 centimeter, timely using the weeder for eradicating the grass, and also using the biofertilizer, so that ultimately she will get more profit. You are almost doing 1.5 years with agriculture in our organization. So what is your experience? What are the changes you have seen in your life? ଆପଣ 1.5 ବର୍ଷ ହେଲାଣି ଆମ ସଂସ୍ଥା ସହିତ ଜଡ଼ିତ ରହିକି ଚାଷ କାମ କରୁଛନ୍ତି।
ହଁ ଆଜ୍ଞା କରୁଛି।
ହଁ, ତାହେଲେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର କ'ଣ ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ ଆପଣ ଦେଖିଲେ ନିଜ ଭିତରେ, କ'ଣ ଚେଞ୍ଜେସ୍ ହେଇପାରିଲା?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଦ୍ୱାରା ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ ହେଇପାରିଲୁ, ଆମେ ଟଙ୍କା ଚିନି ବଳକା କରିପାରିଲୁ, ନିଜେ ଗୋଟେ ଠିଆ ରହିପାରିଲୁ, ନିଜେ ଶାଢ଼ୀ ବି କିଣି ପିନ୍ଧି ପାରିଲୁ।
She said that due to organic farming she is little bit self-independent now and also able to tackle the financial crisis in a good way. The most interesting thing is she says that she is able to buy her own saree through the organic farming. That is a very good sign for her. So what is your next plan in agriculture? ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଭବିଷ୍ୟତର କ'ଣ ଯୋଜନା ଅଛି ଚାଷ କାମକୁ ନେଇ?
ଚାଷୀ କାମ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଆଗକୁ ବଢ଼େଇବି, ବଢ଼େଇକି ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଆଗକୁ ବଢ଼ିବା ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା ନେଉଛି ଆଉ।
She said that in future she is going to do more and more agriculture and try to increase her income level. Thank you and namaskar.
Namaskar.
Lastly, I would also like to thank each and every staff of the Views and Shivia team for their outstanding and extraordinary contribution and love towards the rural people for making their life so beautiful and colorful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shruti. We won't go to the field because I think the internet's not great. But we are hearing that AMS is making a huge difference to these communities, whereby they can sell the produce for the first time, as well as better feed their families from a more varied diet, including all these vegetables. So I'm actually really proud that a few weeks ago, one of our female farmers in West Bengal, Nirmala, received an award for her contribution to the field of vermicomposting, which she learnt on our AMS program. And she's now selling her compost to farmers within her community and beyond. And our LSPs and farmers at Sindhi location were also recognised and awarded last year by a state-sponsored television program for leading the way in affordable and sustainable farming. And only in September, Shivia was awarded the 3rd sector award for small charity Big Achiever, and this was for our AMS work. So there's no doubt that in a world where we're all seeing extreme climate change, in a world where millions are going hungry, that affordable, environmentally friendly techniques such as ours are paramount. So before you go, and I know we're 20 bit behind, but before you go, I'd like to quickly tell you about our 4th enterprise, fish farming, that we're really excited about introducing. And I say 4th because we also have our goat farming program, which we're not running at the moment, but we're likely to reintroduce in future. So the farmers and team at Sindhi location, which we took you to earlier, have been asking us for years to introduce the fish farming. And so here are a few words from Chandrani, now that we have finally started. Sorry, if you can play the film.
Hello, I'm Chandrani Banerjee, Head of Livelihood Programs, and this is our Shundia location. Today we have gathered here, this is my team, our supervisor Partho, our farmer Robin Boddo, and this is his wife Sharathi Boddo. This is Saifuddin, one of our LSPs, Oyon from 4S, Mahadev from Nirdhan again, he is another LSP, Rafiq, one of our PDS LSPs. So we are all here to tell you about our fish program, which we are starting, and we are extremely excited to start our fish program, which is our 4th enterprise at Shundia location. This is the pilot which will run for 1 year. So all these years in our various conversations with you, as well as in our reports, we have been saying, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. You teach him fishing and you feed him for a lifetime. So that's exactly what we are trying to do here now. Literally, we are here to teach them fishing so that they can earn their livelihood from this enterprise in the future. So this is Robin Boddo and this is his wife Sharuthi, and they have a son who is 17 years old who is in the school, and very recently Robin has lost the sensations to his right arm and got a mild stroke, after which he is unable to work in the fields, and therefore almost there was no income in the family and they were starving. And just now, with a fish farming coming in, they have signed up, they have registered, and they are extremely happy that we are starting this. They have a small pond of their own, and they are very happy that we are starting this program with them. And our team is known to the farmers here in this community for the last 9 years. And so they have full faith and trust in what we are trying to do with them to help them uplift themselves and their family members from poverty. So I'll introduce you to Robin. Robin, namaskar. আপনার সারথী নমস্কার। আপনাদের এই মাছের চাষের ইয়ে থেকে আপনাদের কি মনে হচ্ছে যে আপনারা কিরকম করবেন, কিরকম মনে কিরকম হচ্ছে, মানে ফিলিংটা কিরকম আসছে?
মনে আমাদের ঠিক হচ্ছে, অসুবিধা হবে না, আমরা থাকলে আমাদের ঠিক হয়ে যাবে।
হ্যাঁ, আমরা তো আছি, আমরা তো আছি। So Sharuthi is telling us that she is very, very excited and she is very happy, and she feels that we are going to handhold her, keep our support, teach her the modern techniques, the scientific ways of fish farming, and she feels that if we are there, she will definitely be successful in helping her family and in continuing the education of her son, which she was almost planning to take him out of the school next year. But now she has new hopes and dreams, just like any other mother, even like me, who want our son and daughters to go and study for higher education in the colleges and in the city. So this is exactly her dream, which she is looking forward to, and it is our dream as well through our fish farming program. So please, please help us and give us your generous support as always for us to be successful in this enterprise and in this livelihood program as well. Thank you so much. And Shubro is our guy from 4S who is doing the video. So I'll just focus the camera on him. Thank you, Shubro, for this excellent video, and wish you all the luck. I want to wish my entire team very, very good luck with their fish farming livelihood program. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandrani. And we do actually have our first 50 farmers registered and ready to go, which is really exciting. So thank you very much, Chandrani. I can see you there live in India. And we're all wishing you love and luck too.
Thank you. Thank you, Ollie. Thank you, everybody.
So that leaves me to say the hour and 5 minutes is up. So thank you very much for joining us today. And thank you to everyone in India. And we're about to go to Madagascar in the Q&A for those who can stay on, not just for your hard work today, but for your hard work every day. And, you know, for those of you listening, you know, we'd love your support in any way you can. But my biggest ask of you this year is to introduce us to any individuals, companies or foundations that you know of who may be interested in our work, so we can raise the £400,000 in our budget this year to to roll our programs out to thousands more very deserving families. And before we go, Tora is going to take a quick screenshot photo of everyone from our memory banks. So Tora, shall I hand over to you to orchestrate that?
Yes, great. Thanks, Holly. Yes, now's the time, everybody. You can put your video back on. There are a lot of you. So I'll just wait for a few videos to come on and I'll take a few screenshots. Excellent. Okay, I think I've got everybody, Holly.
Thank you. Thank you to all the team in India. I'm sorry the internet connection wasn't as good as in our rehearsal, but I think you got a feel and actually the working and living conditions of the team in 40 degrees, not great connection, but thank you everybody.